We're live, apparently.
Are we?
Well, it says we are.
I don't know if people can hear us or anything.
I'm sure they'll tell us. Should we do a normal start? Will you say double dead?
All right.
Yeah.
Double vetcha. No?
Oh, God, then.
Yeah, double vetcha.
It's still waiting. Hello, can you hear us? Is anybody there? Oh, I know Zoe's there. She's already told us. These things always start strangely, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. But, oh, yeah. Kerry Collins is here too. Hello, Kerry. Okay.
Can you hear us okay?
So we haven't got to chat to each other. Yeah.
Excellent.
Good. Okay, then we can get started, can't we?
Yeah. We've never done this before, so we've no idea how well it's going to work.
No. So what we'll do is we'll fill for a couple of minutes to let a couple of other people join us before we get into the pre-asked questions.
I don't know what we're going to film with.
Well, I thought you might give us a song.
No, that's not happening.
Okay. Worth a try. Hello. Oh, look, Darren and Nikki, you're on.
Yeah. Hi Darren and Nikki.
Hi, Io Silver's on. Evening.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Well, you know what I mean. Yes, if we could see you, that would be scary, wouldn't it?
I know, it'd be easier. It'd be much, much easier if we could actually see the people we were talking to rather than... That's our guest.
Just let me in the garden. That's Dexter. We've got Dexter. Hang on.
What did you hear? What did you hear?
Hi, Justine.
He's going to bark in the garden, you know that.
He'll bark in the garden, but at least it's not quite so ear shattering. Yes, Dex is staying with us, and he does quite like to bark at anything that's outside, especially in the evenings. So maybe this wasn't such a good time to have it. But anyway, yeah. So 5 years of YouTubing.
We have.
5 years of being in Bulgaria. We finally got around to one of these live sessions. So bear with us. We don't really know what we're doing, but nothing new there, is there?
Yeah. Never worked with animals and children, apparently. And it does work.
And apparently I'm a child, so.
You are a child.
Yeah, I hope you've all got your tea as well. Lynn's got hers there. Yeah. Yeah, so we were asked a few questions in advance. Thank you. Yes, we were asked a few questions in advance, which were things like, is it hot? That wasn't the question I just asked that.
Yes.
It's pretty warm, isn't it?
Pretty warm today.
Yeah, we're looking sort of high 20s at the moment.
Yeah, and it's now, bearing in mind, it's now 7 o'clock at night, and the sun it will get dark by 8 o'clock.
It was quite overcast days. It wasn't too bad, but we're hitting the 30s. My glasses aren't straight. What's that about? Anyway. Yes, we were asked basically to introduce ourselves. For those people who don't know, I think most people know we're Adam and Lynn. And we've been here 5 years doing this.
Yeah.
Doing up the house, doing the garden, collecting animals.
Yeah, we have our son Max with us.
Yes, our pool's cold as well. And it's got a bit cloudy. I'm in the process of sorting it out. But once I have.
Yeah, but it's because we stopped using it for a few days.
Because it got cold.
It got cold, yeah. We didn't keep on top of it.
No, my fault.
We usually keep it going to the end of September.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, hi, Nina.
Oh, lovely to hear from you, Nina.
Okay, Justine's asked us about the healthcare in Bulgaria. We've had one experience of it, really, haven't we? Personal experience. And I'll leave that to you because it was you.
I would always describe it as terrifyingly wonderful because it was so efficient and so quick, but really quite scary because I had no idea what anybody was saying or what anybody was doing. I ended up having to have an operation for an abscess from the moment I went in. I think first time I went to A&E here at 7:30 on Friday night.
Yeah.
And I was being operated on at 2 o'clock the next day. I was in hospital for 4 days.
Yeah.
The cleanliness of the hospital was fine.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely not up the same as UK standards in terms of looking after aftercare while you're in there, I think. The medical care was great. I mean, they were absolutely on the ball with all their dressing changes and cleaning. Very little painkillers.
One problem we did have was it was in the middle of COVID.
And it was also in the middle of COVID, so I could have no visitors.
Hmm.
But here, there's no food or drink or anything provided by the hospitals if you're in the general hospitals here.
Yeah, so I was
The
having to
health
bring in
systems.
food packages every day, and we could pass them through the door to each other, and that was all the contact we had for 4 days.
Yes, and Adam was literally allowed to pass this thing and ushered off by a security
But
guard.
in terms of quality of care, speed of care, and efficiency, he couldn't fault it.
Yeah, and it was not a problem. But in terms of just general, what is happening?
Yes,
It was dreadful. But probably far more down to me than to the Bulgarian health system. I'm sure I'd have been able to speak Bulgarian fluently. I'd have known exactly what was going on.
And of course, you're used to what you're used to. We're used to the UK, where everything is provided for you if you go to hospital. It's not so much here unless you go private.
No.
But it was also relatively cheap.
My 4 nights.
Your EHIC card covered you for emergency treatment because we were still covered by that. We had to pay £5.80 per night for the bed.
Yeah.
So the 4 days stay was just under 24 lever.
And a lot of people brought their own bedding because the bedding supplied by the hospital was a bit mix and match.
Yes, yeah.
As
far as prescriptions, we're not apparently, from what we've heard, we don't have prescriptions filled particularly, do we? So it's difficult for us to say firsthand, but we have heard that most medication you can just buy from the chemist, apart from antibiotics. And it's
you needed those. You needed those when you had your tooth.
Oh yes, I had to get antibiotics when I needed my tooth.
And again, that was instant, wasn't it?
Yeah, I went to the dentist. They did an online prescription. I just had to take my residency card to any chemist or apteker, and they filled a prescription, and it was 8 lev, 9 lev, something like that.
It wasn't 12, I think. It wasn't very much.
It wasn't very much at all, so that was satisfying.
Cheaper than prescription charges.
Evening,
in the
Dylan. Yes, so we'd have to say that the service you get here, and from what we've heard from other people, you can't fault it.
Yeah, I think there are some things you can't get quite so easily here, but they're definitely specific. So it's probably worth asking in some of the Facebook groups about any specific medication. Hi, Lisa. Nice of you to join us.
Yes, so that's as much as we know about the healthcare system, really. You can go private, and apparently it's reasonable, isn't it? Costs of going private, from what we've heard.
Yes, I think a lot of people have both. A lot of people have private healthcare over here, and also belong to you have to belong to the National Health Service Fund if you're resident.
And we pay into that, and it's 20 odd lever a month each, isn't it?
It's a bit more than that now. I think it's about 42 lever.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
I just fill in the thing on ePay and off it goes.
So we pay for our healthcare payments via online, don't we? Via ePay?
We've just been asked about that. I pay it online through ePay on a monthly basis. Once it's set up, it's easy.
Yeah, if you fall behind or anything, you can get a bit more complicated. Yeah. We had fallen behind before we went to get our rest.
Setting stuff up on ePay can be tricky, finding the right numbers to enter to go into the right place. And like I say, that's a bit of messing about. But once it's there, every month they email you to say payment's due. You fill it in, off it goes. How easy to get natural food, says Gonzo Johnny. Sell it a bit, lol. Okay, how easy is it to get natural food?
I think all the big supermarkets do bio.
They do a bio range.
They all do bio ranges, which how bio they are, I'm not sure.
You're never quite sure, are you?
Never quite sure, but say all the big German supermarkets that operate here, Kaufland and Lidl, both do organic ranges, and it seemed when we first came out here, they did far more than the UK was doing at that time.
It seemed that way, yes.
In our local supermarkets, in the larger ones.
But then, of course, you can go to the local markets and you can buy straight from the bubbers. So.
Yes, and I would say 90% of their stuff is probably organic. They don't put a huge amounts of fertilizers on it.
No.
We always look for the little old lady in the market when she's selling her fruit and vegetables. There will always be at least one.
Yeah.
And she'll have like 3 jars of honey and 4 bags of tomatoes.
It all helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously homegrown produce. She doesn't have big crates of things or anything. So we tend to buy from her.
I haven't missed anything. Good. So far, so good. Yeah, so back to the scripted questions. Yes, no?
Yeah.
I think we're up to date on the Ask Tonight questions.
Yeah.
We were asked where we're from. Well, we're from England. Originally, I'm from southeast London. Come from Peckham.
Yeah.
Somebody has to.
Adam's all English,
Totally.
and I'm all Celtic.
Yes.
A strange combination.
We are. So I have the sensible, level-headed thing, and Lynn does the passion stuff. Yeah.
Honest, yeah. But we met in London.
We met in London, yes. We were asked how we met. I got a job working in London. I used to, from Peckham, I moved out to Colchester eventually, and then I moved back to London to get a job. And I was working in a photographic processing lab. And Lynn's ex-husband was my boss. And he's done it. I know it well.
Yeah.
So yes, Lynn's ex-husband was my boss. So we'd met kind of semi-socially on a couple of events, but
work events mainly.
Work events, yeah. And then when Lynn split up with her ex-husband,
he told you all about the divorce.
and we kind of got together just on a kind of a casual basis to start with. And then
Yes, I definitely didn't want.
she didn't want me. It's too young. Still am. Look at me.
It's too young.
But
And it was just going to be a casual,
yeah.
social thing,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
But then we kind of got serious about each other,
Yeah.
and that was
Here we are, many, many years later.
all Dylan's Welsh as well. You guess that.
We kind of guessed you were Welsh, Dylan.
Yeah. His wife's from Texas, so
Yeah,
they have guns, don't they?
they do.
Yeah, so that's how we met, and that was late 1980s. Are you from Wales, Lynn? Oh, yes, she is.
I'm definitely from Wales.
Which part?
Abergavenny, or the Black Mountains. Abergavenny's the nearest town,
Yeah.
But my family's farm was in the Black Mountains.
Yes.
And I've got lots of family in South Wales still. Many, many cousins, aunts and uncles.
Half of South Wales, isn't it?
It did feel like it at times, but they're all lovely. They're all settled there.
Yeah. Well, that's how we got to know each other.
Yeah, I went to London when I was 16, desperate to see the bright lights. And all that.
I moved out from London when I was 16. Not really through choice, but we did.
So we were obviously fated to meet.
Must have been, yeah. And here we are.
Yeah, here we are. And the year's my soulmate. There has been for
Both
many
are.
years.
Works both ways. Yeah. Yes, Wales can be wet. I think it was 3 or 4 years I was going down there before I saw it was sunshine. I didn't think they had it.
It's not true.
They stopped it at the border. As soon as you get into Wales, then the clouds come in.
It's not at all like that. And Wales is a beautiful country. And had we been able to afford it, Wales would have been my first choice to move back to.
Oh, yes. I mean, we chose Bulgaria because the lifestyle. We wanted something where we weren't working 9 to 5. We had the choice of doing whatever it is we wanted to do. But we could afford it here.
Yeah, good.
Which was the bottom line.
And not just afford it, but afford to live here too.
Yes.
I think what really prompted us was just the general cost of living. I mean, there in terms of food costs and some other smaller costs, it's not that different from the UK. That's probably on the par, if not more expensive. Dairy products certainly more expensive, as is meat, I would think.
Whereas all your vices, your alcohol and your cigarettes, are all cheaper.
Cheap. I'm not what we do.
So if you come out here to pursue your vices, you're in the right place. Nina's asked you, will we stay out here permanently, or do you think we'll move back to the UK?
I can't
We're
ever see
here.
the day that we'll be back in the UK. I mean, we love this country. It's a beautiful country.
I've put a lot of work into the house.
It is a very beautiful country. It's diverse.
Yeah.
The people are lovely.
Oh, yeah.
It would be very odd for us to think
I
of
think
going
so,
back to the
yeah.
UK.
Yeah. The times we have gone back, we're kind of struck with, first of all, a change in the weather.
Yes. We get a lot more sunshine here.
We do get...
And we weren't living down south. We were living up in Lancashire. So there was a lot less sun when we were living up there.
blue British badge, disabled. Do these work in Bulgaria like most of Europe? Most of Europe accept them for parking, but there is little to no info I can find on Bulgaria.
I would say that's probably a no.
I have no idea. I
At
have
the
to be honest.
present, the blue badge system.
Yeah.
I had seen it mentioned on one or two
Some people,
forums, and
the question has been asked, but I've never seen a definitive answer.
no, then there's probably a different answer in every region
Yes,
of Bulgaria.
Different regions working slightly different ways to each other.
Yeah, they're quite autonomous, the regions here, in terms of how they see things.
Dylan says yes, it does. So if you ask Dylan, he knows the details.
Yeah, not sure that.
Hi, Pat.
But yeah, I wouldn't like to bet that it does work. Though they do have disability spaces here.
Yeah.
We see, and certainly at the big supermarkets and at the beach. And
I mean, depending on where you are, if you're out here, you could always ask at the municipality. If you're not, your best bet would be either the Bulgarian embassy, send them an email, or I expect you've done gov.uk. And if that's not got the answer on there, then the embassy is probably your best bet, isn't it?
it is.
Yeah.
Do we worry about the language barrier as we get older? Maybe having health problems.
Right.
Having gone through a hospital procedure with no Bulgarian language, because we'd only been out here about 3 months at that point, I don't think so. I think anything more long term, we're getting much better at reading Bulgarian.
We're very good at reading.
We're still very bad at we're very bad at listening, understanding when people are talking to us, because we're just not used to that.
We're good at putting a sentence together in our heads and being able to ask the question. It's when they answer us we have problems.
It's just listening. We need to develop our listening skills much more. Our reading skills are not so bad.
No.
And I think there are translators here that you can take with you. If you had some sort of serious ongoing health condition, there are translators that you can book to go with you to the doctors, to the dentist.
Yeah. Or a Bulgarian friend.
Yeah, or a Bulgarian friend. We were helped out by
Nelly helped us at the dentist.
the dentist, and although she's a translator by trade, she refused to let us pay her anything.
we did. But it was, I thought, I'm going to the dentist, which is traumatic enough for me anyway, as you may know, with my needle failure and all the rest of it. So she came in and I said, look, just tell her that one hurts. Had to be an extraction. And again, I suppose that counts as a Bulgarian medical procedure, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I went in for the checkup. They did prescribe the antibiotics. A week later, they said, come back. Well, actually, it was supposed to be a week. They said, come back in a week's time, actually make it Monday, which was only 4 days. Took the tooth out.
Yeah.
Done and dusted.
Very efficient.
I've been told I paid slightly over the odds. It cost me just over 100 lev for the whole lot.
And that was going private.
That's going private.
So that was
and they were saying, oh, no.
£50.
But the place I went was a brand new place, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
State of the art,
Absolutely
everything.
Wonderful.
So, yeah.
Well, hi, Helen.
Well, do you come across any anti-immigrant sentiments while you're out and about? Do you feel safe?
We've never.
No and yes.
Yeah,
we've
never come across any answers.
The worst we've had was the second week we were here, we went to buy the Petrica. And we went into the shop.
Been here 10 days.
We went to the shop and we were kind of doing the pointing in that one. And the sales guy started talking to us in Bulgarian, and we went, angliski. And he went, and somebody else came across and he said, if you don't know the language, what are you doing here?
And that's the only comment we've ever had or made to us by anybody here. And we think that was more to do.
That was.
Much to do possibly with his embarrassment and not being
I think so, yeah. For a long time, our mayor didn't seem to want to talk to me very much. But I think it was just a language thing.
Yeah.
We helped volunteer, and since then, we wave, we smile, lovely fella.
Yeah.
And partly that was my fault, because I hadn't kind of made the effort to be able to go up to him and say, hello, in Bulgarian, hello, my name's Adam, we've moved into the village. Had I learnt that and gone up to him, would have been fine from the word go. But I think we were both embarrassed, and that was the problem.
And also when we first came out here, the first year and a half we were here was still COVID, so
Yeah.
there was still lots of
We
restrictions.
were keeping out the way in case somebody in the village caught it. They
Yeah,
think
I was,
the English
I
people
was
have brought COVID.
terrified because we had such a terrible
Yeah.
epidemic in the UK with such high case numbers that I
Mm.
was thinking, and you know that in a lot of the villages here, the population is quite elderly, and I was
Yeah.
absolutely terrified that we might have caught something on the plane or passed it on to somebody and giving it. So
Yeah.
we did keep to ourselves very much for the first year.
Purposefully, yeah. So, like I say, it was down to us, really.
Yeah, our fault. But
Yeah.
then since then, we've met people in the village.
Oh, yeah.
And we don't think there's any other English people in our village.
Not
There's
that we've come
holiday
across.
homeowners, but
Yeah.
nobody that lives here permanently.
And there was a rumour that somebody might be coming to the village a few months ago. We don't know. If you're out there, come say hello.
Yes.
Let's
We've
have
got
a
a few comments there.
We have. Okay, done that one.
So no, we feel totally safe. We've
Helen?
never felt threatened by
No.
anybody or
Not at all.
anything. Not even when we were standing in Catherine Car Park on week 4.
Yeah.
I think it was that we were here, and also 5 years ago, and a gentleman came up brandishing 4 big knives.
Yeah.
But only trying to stand with them.
I kind of looked at him and went, oh, when he went,
Fear. And it's like, oh, he's trying to sell his knife in the car park. Excellent. But even then, you didn't feel so unsafe, did you? You just felt that's really odd. Can you imagine that happening in the UK?
okay, Helen has said we came to Bulgaria from South Wales, Carmarthenshire, but it became so unaffordable when we left in 2022. Sold our home, but probably won't be able to buy it again. No,
That's the problem, Helen, isn't it? It's just, I mean, I would have loved to come to Wales, but having said that, I'm so glad we came here. I think it has opened our minds, hasn't it? And
yeah.
the culture of this country and the beauty of this country is wonderful. So in a way, I'm quite glad we couldn't afford it, because I would have headed just for Wales if we could have done it.
Yeah. Google Translate, absolutely. It's invaluable to a point.
Yeah.
But you can get by with it, as I'm sure you know. The person I speak to the most is our shepherd.
And it's usually about football.
And yes, he'll talk to me about football and other stuff, I assume. When he will need an answer from me, or if we're after information, at that point Google Translate comes out, and then we'll actually know what we're saying. But other than that, we just have a good time nodding and laughing together. Nina says he's Max going to say hello.
That's very unlikely, Nina. He's bolted to his bedroom.
We said we're doing a live one. He went, good luck with that.
Good luck with that. I just went. His very deep voice.
Maybe we'll just have to put him on his own in the future. He could,
yeah,
that'd be a laugh. So yes, I'm not sure he will be saying hello.
Yeah. Sometimes he'll join in, sometimes he won't. It all depends what mood he's in.
Yeah.
And
what we're
can't
doing.
force him.
Yes, absolutely. Charades is a brilliant language.
Yes, we do a lot of charades playing.
Unfortunately, I'm not overly good at it. Well, judging by the results I get, because I'm going, I need a saw, and I think I'm punching something. So, yeah. Yes, we've tried that.
Yeah, we've definitely done that. Nikki or Darren, whichever one is typing.
She'll tell us in a minute.
Yeah.
I bet
it's Nikki. Yeah. It was far too quick.
Yes, we do that. We also sometimes get a picture off the internet on our phone, go, one of them.
Yeah.
And that quite often works. Or they go, nah. And then which confuses me still.
Yeah.
It's only been 5 years, I've still got not got used to that. Yeah, it was Nikki. Well, it was.
But yeah, it's good with Google Translate, and there's lots more apps that are coming out.
There are more
now.
apps coming out. Of course, with AI now, you can practice to your phone. So if you make mistakes, they don't laugh at you.
But yeah, well, that's the big one for you.
It is Darren's in the garden. Ando. I'm not quite sure what Ando is. But yeah, so it does help when you have a certain number of phrases.
Yeah. And Bulgarians love it if you make an effort to talk to them in any way, shape, or Bulgarian.
Do the dogs and cats get on? Well, that dog.
Yeah. They do.
Mostly,
Mostly,
I would
yeah.
say. Engelbert winds everybody up.
Yeah, the big ginger cat. He just puts up with nothing, no messing around from any of the dogs, and he will quite happily whack them if they get too near.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's definitely in charge.
Yeah.
The two tabbies love the dogs.
Yeah.
And play with them all the time.
And like we said, we've got Dexter in with us at the moment. He spends most of his time he's in the garden at the moment, but usually in the house. And they do get on. Cass kind of likes the tabbies again. We've got John, the white cat, who nobody really seems to know much about him. It's a bit of a mystery, John.
Yeah.
And they all just kind of look at him going,
the compound dogs don't like John.
no, they think he's a ghost,
Yeah,
I think.
they don't like the white cat. They bark very much at him.
But our pack, all 6 of them, in the compound, they love the tabbies, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
So, but yes, we have currently with Dexter here, we have 8 dogs. Usually it's 7.
Yeah.
What we like. And we're at the moment we're on 4 cats.
Yeah.
That number changes.
Yeah. Cats have a very
they don't
difficult life
quite
here,
long,
I think.
do they?
There's lots of foxes, lots of wildlife can come after them.
Do we dog sit? We are at the moment.
Yeah, we appear to dog sit.
Hello,
quite a
John.
lot.
Hello, Julia.
They quite often stay with us, though. That's
Yeah. Well, one of the conditions Ivan gave us when I took Dex was when we go back to England, do you have to look after him?
Yeah.
And we said, yeah, that's no problem. So he comes back for his dogcation every so often.
Yeah.
And he's here at the moment.
Yeah.
And him and Cass are getting on fine. So they all seem to be getting on pretty well. Right, let's have a look. Oh, Darren's annoying. Well, I couldn't possibly comment. Did you have to set up a shell company in order to buy your property? And if so, who helps you do this? We didn't because we're pre-Brexit. So we're covered by Article 50, which I'm not entirely sure what that does, but it meant at the time we didn't
just buy it in our own private name.
If we now want to buy something, we would have to set up a company.
Apparently, there's an argument going on around that at the moment, but
if you want to,
in practice,
if you want to set the legal precedent and go through all those hoops, you could try it.
Well, somebody has done it and apparently won.
Ah, there we go.
But
I'm out of touch.
Whether that works or not throughout the whole of Bulgaria, I don't know yet.
By
the time the local, some local authorities will just say no, that'll be it. Just go ne, ne,
yeah,
or ne.
So yes, we didn't have to, but I believe does Gemma do that?
It's for land.
Does Gemma help with that sort of stuff?
Yeah. There's plenty of agents out here who can help go through that process. It's getting harder and harder, I think. And if you can get hold of an EU passport through grandparents or something, it's by far the best way to go.
I totally agree.
With IO.
Yeah, we wouldn't go back to the UK either. I think part of our advantage with not speaking the language well is we don't really know the problems that well, do we? It's like you can read.
Not in terms of the political problems, because we know there's been a lot of elections here. We know there's been, but I don't think the Bulgarians, certainly not in our village, they're very kind of let's just get on with life.
We'll get on with our life and they can do whatever they like in Sofia. It's up to them.
They appear to have that mindset.
Yeah. In terms of more local problems, we're quite lucky here that we haven't had water issues. Our electricity is pretty reliable. Things like that. The infrastructure here is pretty good. We've got a bus 5 times a week if we want to go to Targovishti. So,
and we did choose this property in some way because of that. When we were doing our research, which was quite limited in terms of areas, because we didn't have long, did we?
That's right. Yeah.
And to buy because we hadn't wanted to buy before Brexit came in.
And we've done research and we found properties online. And so we just arranged the week we were here.
Yeah.
A day over there, a day there, a day there.
And we had loads of, people quite often ask us, sort of, what areas do you recommend? Bulgaria is beautiful. The whole of Bulgaria is beautiful. And it so much depends on what you want. We'd have quite happily bought houses in many parts of Bulgaria, I feel.
Yeah. And I think you can take your time. You can look around and do the whole thing. Like we say, when we moved out here, it was COVID. We knew we didn't have an awful lot of time to get stuff sorted, and we were desperate to move.
Yeah.
So we looked at the houses we thought we were going to like, and we liked most of them, in fairness, but this one won out.
Yeah. And a lot of that was to do with the infrastructure, the fact that it had a good reputation for having water supply.
It's not too hilly, we're not going to get cut off in the winter, all that sort of thing.
Yeah, and it has regular transport if our car broke down, because that's also quite, it's lovely when you come out and you look at really rural properties, but if you're suddenly without a car,
Yes, it's problematic.
it's problematic. And taxis are much cheaper here than in the UK,
Yeah.
but still, it's a lot if you've got to pay for it all the time.
We managed it. Serendipity. They moved out in the middle of pandemic, and that's a 14-day quarantine. We managed to miss the quarantine.
Well, no, you had to do one once.
I had to do one once, yeah.
Yeah, because it was in place from then. But
And then once the jabs came, I had to go and pick Max up. So I had to have the COVID jab. But then you got your little card and let you in anywhere, didn't it? We went to Practica to get some stuff, and they were only letting people in who'd had the vaccination. There were more staff in there than there were customers.
yeah,
It was great. They were following me around, helping me with everything. Brilliant. But yeah, I managed to avoid most of it. And it's different being quarantined when you've got an acre of land and you're in the middle of the countryside, because you're not stuck in a little flat. You're not looking at the same four walls. You go for a walk in the woodlands. You can play with the dogs. You can do all that sort of thing.
but yeah, it was a strange time to come out here.
It was. Yeah.
And it did leave us. We were all a bit up in the air. And especially not getting Max out here with us, because he was originally supposed to follow within weeks. And
But
it took nearly a year. With
They
all
kept
these-
shutting down one end, then the other end. And
As soon as they opened England up, they'd shut down Bulgaria. And it was just, we thought we were never going to get him out here, which could have caused us real problems. Because he's also a main part of the reason we're out here.
He is, yeah.
There's definitely,
Yeah. We have asked Max before. He doesn't mind us telling people.
yeah.
He does have what used to be called Asperger's. It's now being on the spectrum.
Yeah.
But it's a form of autism.
And he finds loud noises or busy places very difficult to cope with.
And we don't have any of those here. Well, apart from the dog, as you heard earlier.
Or the sheep. And they don't annoy him as much as cars or people shouting do.
Are there many opportunities for the
Oh no, you've
youngsters?
got loads from serendipity.
Bulgaria is a lot easier.
A lot safer.
safer,
UK,
sorry.
yeah,
I think
I would
classes
tend
aren't,
to agree with you, Julianne. I think it's much safer than the UK.
Definitely.
And people are far friendlier than helpful here than in most, and certainly in a lot of the built-up places. I always found that in more rural areas people were friendly, or poorer areas. I
Yes.
think you always tend to get a better community in poorer areas. Richer your area, the less community you have, or the less real community you have.
Oh, look, loving the colour coordination.
That's not done on purpose.
We even matched the cushions. It's amazing.
But yeah, lime green is very much Adam's colour, and purple is very much mine. Since we've been out here, lime green is taking over. I don't understand that.
It's very subtle on my part, but I'm getting there.
just not so much purple.
Yes, opportunities for the youngsters. We don't really know, do we?
I think there's probably quite good opportunities. For Bulgarian youngsters, if you go through the system here, Max obviously had left school by the time we came out here, so that's difficult. And it is hard, really hard, I think, for non-Bulgarian speaking people to find work in Bulgaria. Not impossible, and certainly in the coastal or the big cities, I think you stand a really good chance. There's apparently quite a lot of hospitality work and quite a lot of call centre work if you were to be in Sofia or Plovdiv.
But I think if you're Bulgarian out here, we can't really comment on that, can we?
We've not been through that system. Having said that, I think the education system here seems to be quite effective.
It does,
in terms of
there's a lot of value placed on it.
A lot of value placed on education by families here. A lot is considered very important. They celebrate graduate. I mean, the end of the school year and the celebration of the Day of Education.
Oh, absolutely.
Happens to fall on my birthday, so we're always really aware of it. It means we never book a meal because the restaurants are all booked up.
Can't get in.
Can't get in.
So I have to cook.
It's okay. He's good.
Thank you.
But yeah, they really value education, and they really value learning and the ability to learn and move on and do things. So I imagine, I mean, there is a shortage of labour here, I think, or certainly high qualified, and that's why I think why they brought the digital nomad visa in recently, to give people a higher quality that have got an education a chance, because they are short of well-educated people. Yeah,
but there's also there is now the opportunity to travel. No, well, it has been for a while in the EU. So.
And wages here are nothing like the rest of the EU. They're literally hard.
You will earn more elsewhere.
So you can quite understand. We've met quite a few Bulgarians who went away, but they have come back.
Yeah.
And
they've got a bit of money behind
for
them.
5 or 6 years to get money.
Yeah.
And then came back and resettled here. They love their country. Bulgarians are very proud of their country.
Definitely, yeah.
I find it quite odd with the whole furore that's going on in the UK at the moment about being proud of your country.
Yeah.
And I see every Bulgarian here is prouder of their country than most UK people are. I'm really proud of it. They fly the flag everywhere.
Yeah.
But in a very positive way.
Yes.
There's nothing negative about it, and there's no issue with them. So I've seen no issue with immigration or with different cultures. I think there is a bit of an issue somewhere with the Roma community.
I believe so, yeah.
But that's the only one I've heard of since I've been here. But nowhere else have I heard anything about it. So they're just immensely proud of being Bulgarian, immensely proud of their culture. But without being, they don't see, it doesn't go hand in hand with hating foreigners.
Dylan's in a tiny village, 80 people.
That's tiny, Dylan.
Neighbours are friendly and helpful, yeah.
Yeah.
We found that. When we can communicate.
The smaller place you are, the more friendly people will be. Because again, people need to help each other out in small communities. Our village is slightly larger, so we get a bit less of that.
Yeah.
But it's still there. Every time there's a power cut, you talk to one of the neighbours. If there's a power cut.
When we went up to the village when we had the big one with the snow, and all the way up there just going, Yamatok, Yamatok. And I was thinking, Tuk is here. And I go,
I'm not here. Nothing here.
I'm not here.
Or nothing here. You were trying to translate it as if they're saying.
And when I got back and I went,
electricity.
Yamatok. Oh, no power. Okay. So then I knew. What am I going to teach you next, Julian? I don't know what you don't know. If you're up for some violin lessons. But there'll be something coming up soon when I'm working on a few things in the background, trying to perfect some recipes. And if you want to know how to make beer, I'm your man.
Yes, beer. Yeah. It's quite fun. Beer is the one thing Adam used to do a lot in the UK. He made
make it as well as drink.
Yeah, not drinking, making it. You were very. But here, the beer is actually better than most stuff you could buy in the UK.
The lager is better.
Much better.
But I like the dark beers, the stouts and the milds and the bitters and the porters. And you can't really get, there's not a big selection. So if you don't make it yourself, you don't have it.
Yeah.
So I make it myself. Which is how I got into it in the first place. Yeah. I couldn't get a
UK,
decent pint where we lived, so I started making it.
Yes, at one point they sold in England was Carling, it seemed. Carling and Stella everywhere, and you think, what happened? And then the craft breweries did start.
Yeah, and suddenly decent beer came back.
But by that point, you'd started brewing your own, got all the equipment. So that was the end of that.
I'm a collector of equipment. You've probably noticed watching the videos.
Equipment. He gets hobbies, and suddenly we have to have all these little gadgets and gizmos that go with them.
Yes, Nikki, they do. Absolutely. We've got Maya. It's about the dance, the history, the songs and the dances.
Oh yes.
Maya's a girl in our village.
I think she's won loads. She must be 11 or 12 now.
Yeah.
She's won loads of prizes.
I think her dad is the musical director who does the singing group and the dancing group and that sort of thing.
In the village.
And she goes in for lots of competitions and wins. And our singing ladies,
they're fantastic.
Oh, absolutely. And whenever there's an event, they're out and they're all with obviously all the traditional clothing. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's so well celebrated.
When you watch at the end of any sort of village celebration here and they have the dances, you're right, everybody does know the dances, everybody knows the culture. And
if you're going to join in at the beginning. Because the longer you're doing it, the more complex the steps get. So, get in there at the start and then bow out.
That's how I've learned that one. Don't join in at the end because thinking, I'll let them get the worst of it over. Because they get more complicated, not less complicated.
we almost had a visit from Max there.
Yeah, nearly.
But,
did you want to say hello, Max?
Not particularly.
Nina asked if you were going to say hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Max has said hello.
Max in the background.
You may see him in the background in a moment. He's sneaking around the back way to get in the kitchen.
You have to walk through this.
What we got here? Yeah, it's the whole celebration of the culture is brilliant.
Yeah.
And each village also, we have a pie festival, which is coming
Nina
up.
Answer, he said hello, Max.
Yes, we have the pie, which is the Benitza Festival here, and I think it's the last week of September.
September the 27th,
Yeah.
I think it is this year.
And but
And it's
we
got
have
so big now, they're holding it in the
it's got to go to the
stadium.
stadium because it was too big for the town centre last year.
Yeah,
So that's what we have here. Alva Novo has
the Festival of the
the
Snail.
Festival of Snail. Prabuda
Also-
has garlic
Ozeret's has bread.
bread. So all around you have little festivals, all
Each
dedicated.
village
to-
seems to have its own little festival that they celebrate on
Yeah.
Festival Day.
And of course, that's when you get the dancing and you get the traditional music and all the rest of it.
Oh, that's not only them.
Not only
they
them,
seem
but
to
they-
love a good dance.
Oh,
but
yeah, yeah.
a good celebration, unification
well,
day.
I mean, you've seen it on the channel with when the girls came round for that's
Yeah.
what I've done. They come round and they
They
sing
all
and-
sing, and then you have the Kalidra come out.
Yeah, on
Holiday.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
So yeah. When you're Bulgarian, say, "Hey, Max."
Lots of people have said
Well,
hello, Max.
Oh, you see outside.
don't know
I think
where
I
he
might
is.
have locked that door. Oops,
I might have to let him in.
he may be back. Yes, I locked it so that Dex wouldn't keep charging in and out. But there we go. Palomar's has the Raspberry Festival, does it? Oh, excellent.
Oh, that's a really good one. I didn't know that.
Yeah. What's that? What month? I'm sure that'll be up in a moment. One of the other things we've been asked previously, I'm just covering while Lynn's talking to Max, is what do we regret about coming to Bulgaria and what do we love about coming to Bulgaria? Well, I think we've covered quite a lot of things we like. The only thing we've ever said that we regretted was not doing it sooner, coming out here and doing this. You kind of get caught up in the whole UK way of life, bringing up children, going to work, all that sort of thing. And we would have just probably carried on doing that for even longer if it hadn't been for COVID. And
Well,
we had been
a
looking.
mixture of COVID and Brexit.
Yeah.
I think Brexit really quite upset me.
Not to worry. I'm sure.
I think you're right, Julianne. It probably is there.
Yeah. Yeah. So not doing it sooner, but when COVID came along, we sat and we started doing some maths about how much money we'd have when we retired and what we were going to do and where we were going. We thought,
And having 5 children meant that we'd never been able to really save and put money into the pension pots of any huge proper amounts.
Yeah.
And we just thought we're just going to be so poor when we're pensioners.
so we looked for somewhere where we wouldn't be, and also we could do the kind of thing that we'd always talked about. Those kind of late night conversations. You go, wouldn't it be nice if we could do such and such?
Yeah.
To live in a place in the countryside and just potter about. And so we did. Yeah.
Yeah, having the space to do things.
Yeah.
That's what we've got here. We've got lots of space to do things.
Yeah. Now, if you're thinking of doing the same thing, now you probably all know, and we're not sponsored or anything like that. But if you want to, you're thinking, okay, I want to go out there, but I want to be able to support myself. And I don't know what I'm moving into. I want to live in an expat community, that sort of thing. Serendipity Homestead, that's the place for it. It's a business, it's a home, it's a village with expats, it's everything you want, and it's at a bargain price.
Yeah, I think most Brits who do manage to find work out here definitely do it with running their own businesses.
Yeah.
I think there's very few that go to work for a Bulgarian.
Oh, absolutely. And this business is there, ready-made, up and running. You can literally up sticks and move in. Apparently, there's a bit of interest, so if you're going to do it, hurry up. Otherwise, you'll miss out. And nobody wants that, do they?
No.
What we got here? Oh, loads are coming. Look at that.
Yeah, we just all want to be Tom and Bob. There is an element of that, definitely.
Yeah.
Julianne, definitely an element of that. I grew up like that. My mother, they came from
Fancy
farming
cup of tea?
stock.
Yes,
I've got
please,
that
I'll have a
now,
cup of
it's
tea.
tea. We grew up from farming stock,
Oh,
and
you've
so
got
she
one.
always grew.
You're filling.
She always grew vegetables. I grew up having lovely healthy food because she grew it, and I paid no attention to how she did it, so I never learned. And I really regret that now. In the UK, all I ever did was flowers in the back, small pocket handkerchief back gardens we had. But here now, I've got the chance to do it properly, and I'm definitely learning.
We've got a question from Miriam, which I missed earlier. Did we rent in the area before we purchased? There's Max. Oh, there he is. Just a flying
Just
visit.
passing through.
We
Where's your
did.
mug one?
I've got one, Max. Sorry, I just realised.
No, we didn't rent. We have been told that it's a good idea to do that, but we were in a hurry.
We were in too much of a hurry.
Yeah.
We would have loved to. Oh, well, having said that, we'd have probably just spent 2 years coming out to look around everywhere, because everywhere is so beautiful.
That's right. I mean,
we came out here and bought in 10 days, didn't we?
well,
From
7.
start to finish. 7, yeah, because by the 7th day we'd done the deal.
Yeah, until we had the last 3 days of holiday.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just one of those things. We looked at it and thought, okay, yeah, we'll do this. We'll take a bit of time. COVID hit. Was like, right, we've got no more time. We have to move fast.
Well, COVID and Brexit, because we weren't sure till the March of that year
Exactly
what
what
it
our rights
meant
would be.
for the UK people living here. And then when it came out in March of 2020, that if you got here and you were registered as a resident before end of 2020, then you retained all your rights. And we thought, great, go.
But going further back, 2016, when the vote went through, we had talked about coming out here before that. And we thought, well, that's it then, we can't do it.
Yeah, so we then spent the next 3 years thinking we can't do it, 4 years,
Let's
then realised
buy a canal boat.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen.
Literally 10 days, rushed out here, did it, sorted everything out. I think it was easy to give up our work because of COVID.
It was easy giving up work anyway.
It was easy giving up work anyway.
Yes, so we agree. We definitely did do the right thing moving here. Did we have to set up in the UK first? Luckily, no, we didn't.
Our daughter lives in our house in the UK, so we still have our house there.
She paid rent to cover the mortgage, and we came out here. We'd had a little pot of savings that basically bought the house, and we were able to survive on out here without selling the house.
Yeah.
So it's still there, not so much because we need the safety net, because we don't feel we do we?
Not now.
It's there because
it was definitely there as that in the beginning, because we say we hadn't done it, we didn't know enough, but now we do know, and we're definitely not.
Yeah. So it was a case of if one of the children wanted to rent the house, that's fine. We kind of know them, and we didn't want to rent it to people we didn't know because, well, we're 2,000 miles away.
Yeah.
If anything went wrong,
if it goes wrong,
nothing we could do. So it suits us and it suits her. She's paying less rent than she would if she was elsewhere. Hello, John. We've got the house there if we need it, but we don't think we do. And John and Julianne's eldest have got their house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works
just kind of
quite
makes
well.
sense, doesn't it? And it also speeds things up. And you can buy a house out here in a week.
Yes, we literally did.
But it takes 6 months to sell a house in the UK.
The two things wouldn't have worked. We couldn't have done it.
I know Darren and Nikki went through that, trying to sell their house.
Yeah.
The frustration when you're waiting. I really felt sorry for them because we just kind of got here and did it.
It did mean we didn't start any real, because of COVID and all that. We didn't really start the big renovations here, did we?
Well, everybody said to us, the first thing you want to do on any old house is the roof. The roof and the windows.
It's the last thing.
They're the first things to do. But because we weren't sure what was happening, also we wanted to make sure Max liked it before we started throwing serious money at it. And it took us a long time to get him out here, but we couldn't just sit here twiddling our thumbs. So we started doing the inside of the house. Well, the inside of the house is practically finished. The outside, well, I've done a bit of roof. Well, Ivan and I did a bit of roof. But and the front door's done now.
Yeah.
So by this time next year, we might have
5 years to
a
do
couple
the
more
doors.
doors and a window. You know?
So yeah, we got a very strict budget because neither of us get our state pension yet. So until that comes in, we've got quite a strict budget, which probably isn't going to last us to the end of the time. So we have to.
But because we have a strict budget, it means I don't have to hurry with the renovation.
Yes, I was happy sticking to it. And also getting all the dogs totally through our budget.
Oh, yeah.
Because we probably spend as much now on dogs as we do on
I
human
think,
food.
I think their food costs about the same as ours does, them and the cats.
So yeah, that was a bit of a below to the budget. But having said that, life, you're not in a rush here to get things started. You just do it as and when we can.
I mean, I'm quite single-minded. I'll start a job and that's the job I'm doing.
Yeah. And if you can't afford the money or for the materials that month, then we don't do another job, do we? Wait.
Try not to. I might try a little project. It'll take me about 2 or 3 hours.
We'll wait till the next budget money comes through that we can afford it. Then we'll start carry on. And say little things come. So animals definitely have affected our budget quite a lot.
Yeah.
So our outside leisure complex that we were doing last year, John's just running around trying to jump up on us.
You'll knock everything everywhere. Don't do it, mate.
Yeah. that ground to a halt when Cassie turned up and had to get to the vets.
And of course, the other
get
thing
legs sorted out and getting you to get one thing afterwards. That was that budget gone for that.
It might help if we stop adopting strays.
Yeah, as Max said, it might help. We might get more done if we stopped adopting strays. You're probably right, Max.
But and of course, then Max costs us a fortune. So.
Yeah, Max costs us an arm and a leg just feeding him.
But we also, you've probably noticed in the videos, in the depths of winter and the heat of summer, we slow down then as well.
Yeah.
But as we keep saying to ourselves, what's the rush? We're not planning on going anywhere, are we?
No.
So,
and time is the one thing you can't get back ever. So while we still fit and able and still get around, we really just would never have had this time in the UK, would we?
I would never have had the time to go and sit with the dogs for half an hour in the morning and play and mess about and all the rest of it, which I do most mornings. But yeah, it's just a whole different lifestyle.
It is.
Love it. Areas for expats we've been asked about. What's a good area for expats? Now, it's very difficult to say.
It could be anywhere. It depends what you need and what you want.
The only area that we kind of know is around Poppervaux, Palomar, so that sort of area.
There's quite a big UK community there. Also, I think in the northeast there's quite a bit.
But you've got to look at what you want from your properties. It's not just about being in an expat population where you've got, like for instance, Sophia you can go to, Varney you can go to, BT, there's loads around there. But you've got to look at the countryside as well. Are you after mountains? Are you after the coast? Do you like the hot summers? Do you like the cold winters? All of these things come into play. So it's not just about that. And then on a more local level, does the village have water issues? Has it got a bus service? Is the internet good? All that sort of thing. So there's a lot to look at. But if you're particularly interested in the expat thing, we know there's a thriving expat community in and around Palomar and Poppervaux. We believe to the north of VT, and like we said, there's some now down near Burgas, there's some down across near Varna. You will find them all over the country, apart from our village apparently, where we both avoid all of it.
There were a lot of bits here at one point.
Apparently, yes.
Because we still know, and there's some definitely homes here still owned by British people, but just they're never not here. So what happened to them, we don't know.
But the other thing, of course, is you go through the villages, and we're now seeing more villages being done up, aren't we? Not just by expats, but by Bulgarians as well. Yeah,
even Makariopol's in our village here, there's a lot more. You can see a lot more building work.
Yeah.
I think when we travel up to Ivan and Treesworth up at Silistra, we go through little villages all the way up there.
Yeah, we spot the new roofs.
And think, oh, look at that. Yeah, loads of
work
done
good.
Here. So, and I think COVID had that effect on Bulgarians as well, where they were beforehand living in cities and apartments and thinking of getting rid of their country properties after going through something like the lockdown.
Yeah, it's very much like I was saying earlier. It's different being
locked down here
being
locked down somewhere like
than
this
on the 8th floor of a block of flats.
Yeah.
So I think I'd prefer here.
Yeah.
Right. Has anybody else got anything else? Because we've been on for nearly an hour.
Do we think house prices will rise next year after joining the EU?
Do we think?
John, no, mate.
Down, mate. The clever money, as they say, think it will.
Yeah. We don't know.
We don't know. We have noticed prices are going up, but that's before the euro comes in. So,
yeah, I mean, everybody said when we moved out here, don't expect to make any money back on your property, or don't expect to, you will never rate. And to be honest, that never concerned us anyway.
No.
It was a.
Well, we look at it that if we sold the house for what we paid for it plus what we've paid in materials, which is kind of likely now that the prices have risen.
Prices have definitely risen since we've been up here.
Yeah, that means we've lived 5 years rent free.
Yeah.
So.
But I think people still were saying when we came out here, you probably won't even get back what you spent on it and things like that. No. And that's definitely changed. That's already changed here. There's prices are definitely going up.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
But whether it's to do with the EU, it must be, I guess. There must be some element of that.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Anything else we missed there?
we definitely did the best thing by moving here.
We
though.
did,
We
yeah.
totally agree.
Okay, let's just make sure there's nothing hiding at the bottom there. I don't think there is, no, there isn't. Okay,
Yes, it took over 6 months or so. I could believe it, Nikki.
careful, John.
It's, everything seemed to take that much. It was amazing here. We couldn't believe you could buy a house in 3 days.
No, with a
So quick.
suitcase full of cash.
It wasn't quite like that, but
You still can, apparently.
but
Yeah.
if the biggest advice we would give to anybody doing that is to learn the language as much as you can,
Yeah.
especially if you're younger and it's
Yeah. Like we were saying earlier, there are apps you can get. There's AI that you can practice with. There's podcasts. There's Bulgarian Pod 101. There's all sorts of different people out
Yeah.
there.
and we took lessons as well, and
Yeah.
that really did help us.
That certainly got my head around the grammar.
Yeah, understand why the endings changed all the time because we couldn't work
And
that
can you
out.
stop doing that, please? Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, I think, like I say,
Yeah.
unless anybody's got anything else urgent they want to ask us, we'll give that a minute while we talk among ourselves. No, I think we're probably there, aren't we?
Yeah, I think we probably are.
Yes. Okay then.
Yeah.
Well, if you've enjoyed it, good. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah.
Say we love our little YouTube community. We love all the questions
yeah.
we get.
Yeah.
And Adam loves answering them. It's another excuse not to go and do any work, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
So we'd like to say a great thank you to everybody for supporting our channel and for watching us.
Yeah. And we're planning on just carrying it on, aren't we, for the time
For the
being?
time being.
If people want to watch it, then we'll give it a go. I am running out of jobs to do that I haven't done before. So if I'm repeating myself, I apologise. Hopefully I'll do it this time around. It's better because I've had to practice, but you never know. So I think on that note, we'll probably call it a night.
We will.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can turn it off and
So
go and check on all the dogs, make sure Dexter hasn't eaten Cassie or the other way around.
I'm sure they haven't. But
It's the September the 27th, Dylan. But we will put more details up on our vlog as we
Yeah.
get nearer.
absolutely. Yeah. So as we say at the end of our videos, until next week, it's time for us to say,
Stay safe.
be well.
Doskoro.
Do skoro.